It really has. It's kind of hard to keep up. Like, I'm trying to soak it all in as best as I can just because I feel like
In a shocking turn of events, WWE's chief content officer, Triple H, has just made an announcement that has rocked the entire wrestling world. Liv Morgan, one of the most beloved stars in WWE's women's division, has been implicated in a backstage altercation that spiraled into physical aggression with fellow superstar Rhea Ripley. The situation has escalated to the point of Morgan's arrest, leaving the WWE universe in a state of disbelief. What does this mean for Liv Morgan's future in WWE? How will this altercation impact her career and reputation? Stay tuned as we break down the latest shocking developments. The unthinkable scandal, Liv Morgan's arrest, and the fallout across WWE. In a stunning revelation that has sent shockwaves through the entire wrestling world, WWE's chief content officer, Triple H, addressed a scandal of unprecedented magnitude during a live press conference that left fans, superstars, and insiders alike in disbelief. The announcement concerned Liv Morgan, one of the most beloved and resilient stars in WWE's women's division, who has now found herself embroiled in a shocking backstage altercation with Rhea Ripley that led to her arrest. The shocking incident, which escalated into physical aggression, has shaken the WWE universe to its core, leaving everyone questioning the future of Morgan's career, her reputation, and the integrity of WWE itself. A tension that had been brewing for months. For weeks, rumors had been circulating in the WWE locker room, whispered between superstars and behind closed doors. There were murmurs of tension between Liv Morgan and Rhea Ripley, two incredibly talented athletes who had become rivals both in and out of the ring. Their competitive nature had always been on display, but no one could have predicted that their personal disagreements and on-screen rivalries would spill over into something as explosive as what happened in the aftermath. While the specific details of the confrontation remain unclear, the WWE universe was stunned when Triple H, known for his level-headed and composed approach, stepped up to the microphone with a somber tone, clearly aware of the gravity of the situation. "This is a day I never thought I'd see," he began, his voice tinged with a sense of disappointment. "Liv Morgan has crossed a line that cannot be ignored." His words, somber and serious, sent a chill through the room, as it became clear that this incident was more than just a backstage altercation. It was something far darker, a stark reminder of how emotions, rivalries, and personal disputes can blur the lines between reality and fiction in the WWE. According to sources close to the situation, tensions between Morgan and Ripley had been building for months. Initially, their rivalry had been confined to the ring, as both women fought tooth and nail for dominance within the women's division. The two had faced off in brutal matches, each one adding fuel to the fire of their already intense professional rivalry. But, as the weeks passed, their once friendly competition took a darker turn. Personal disagreements began to seep into their professional relationship, creating an environment that was ripe for conflict. Reports indicate that these disagreements were not just about matches or titles, but about egos, respect, and who could claim the top spot within the women's division. What started as a professional rivalry began to evolve into something far more personal, with each woman seemingly unwilling to back down. The altercation that would define Morgan's future in WWE allegedly took place backstage, where things quickly escalated beyond control. Eyewitnesses described the scene as chaotic, with emotions running high and voices raised. In what was reportedly a highly charged moment, Morgan allegedly attacked Ripley in a manner that was described as shockingly aggressive and unprovoked. The assault left Ripley injured, and the situation quickly spiraled out of control, leading to Liv Morgan's arrest. For a company that prides itself on scripted rivalries and physicality within the confines of the ring, this was a violation of the very values WWE stands for. Triple H's announcement and the company's response. As Triple H made his announcement to the media, his demeanor was far different from the usual calm, calculated leader fans had come to expect from him. Gone was the confident, playful persona that fans are used to seeing from The Game. In its place was a figure visibly disappointed, one who had to address an issue that threatened the core values of WWE: professionalism, respect, and safety. The wrestling world has always been filled with intense rivalries and physical demands, but WWE has always sought to maintain a sense of discipline and decorum behind the scenes. "This is not the WWE we want to present to our fans," Triple H said, his voice firm and resolute. "While we thrive on rivalries and intense storylines in the ring, there is no place for physical aggression outside of that context." His words were not just a condemnation of Morgan's actions, but a clear message that WWE would not tolerate behavior that jeopardizes the safety of its superstars or the integrity of the business. He went on to explain that WWE was fully cooperating with the authorities to ensure the situation was handled appropriately, and that Morgan's actions had serious consequences. The announcement left fans in disbelief, as Liv Morgan has always been seen as an underdog hero in WWE. Known for her determination, resilience, and connection with the fans, she had built a reputation as someone who could overcome adversity, whether it was in the ring or in her personal life. Morgan had been a fan favorite for years, known for her exciting style, her personality, and her underdog story. From her days as part of the Riot Squad to her rise as a singles competitor, Morgan's career had been a testament to hard work and perseverance. Now, however, that same fan base was left questioning how someone they had admired could have been involved in such a violent and damaging incident. The fallout for Liv Morgan's career, as the WWE Universe came to terms with the news, questions began to swirl about what would happen to Morgan's future in the company. Triple H revealed that WWE was currently reviewing her contract and her standing within the company. This statement cast a dark cloud over Morgan's career, as it became clear that her actions had serious ramifications. While Morgan had been an integral part of the women's division, Triple H emphasized that this was a deeply unfortunate development, and WWE would take the necessary steps to ensure that the situation was handled professionally and legally. This announcement sent shockwaves through the wrestling community, as many fans wondered if this would mark the end of Morgan's journey in WWE. Could she recover from this scandal, or would the damage to her reputation be too great to overcome? Would WWE be willing to give her a second chance, or would they have no choice but to part ways with one of their most promising stars? The situation became even more complicated when Rhea Ripley, who had been injured in the altercation, broke her silence. Ripley, known for her intimidating and no-nonsense persona, posted a cryptic message on social media that read, "You can push me, but you'll regret it when I push back. Actions have consequences." While Ripley did not explicitly confirm the details of the altercation, her statement added another layer of complexity to the situation. Fans were left wondering about the severity of her injuries and whether the physical toll of the attack would impact her in-ring career. The road ahead for Liv Morgan and Rhea Ripley. As WWE continues to investigate the incident and assess the impact on both Liv Morgan and Rhea Ripley, questions remain about what the future holds for both women. For Morgan, this scandal could either be the end of her WWE career or the beginning of a redemption arc. WWE has long been known for providing second chances to its stars, but this situation is different. The severity of the altercation, the involvement of law enforcement, and the potential long-term impact on Ripley's health and career make this an unprecedented situation for WWE. For Ripley, her injuries have added a physical toll to the emotional and psychological weight of the incident. As one of WWE's most dominant and beloved stars, the incident will undoubtedly have an effect on her career. Will she be able to return to the ring and reclaim her spot at the top of the women's division? Or will the emotional scars of this altercation haunt her for years to come? As the drama continues to unfold, the WWE Universe is left to wonder what will happen next. Liv Morgan's future in WWE is uncertain, but one thing is clear: the fallout from this incident will be felt for years to come. Whether she is given a chance at redemption or forced to leave the company, the scandal has cast a shadow over the WWE women's division and the wrestling business as a whole. The incident, a shocking confrontation, the WWE Universe was thrown into turmoil following the announcement by Triple H regarding an altercation between two of the company's most celebrated superstars, Liv Morgan and Rhea Ripley. For months, Morgan and Ripley had been embroiled in a fierce rivalry that had captivated fans, fueled by their differing personas and approaches in the ring. Morgan, with her journey from an underdog to a rising star, and Ripley, a powerhouse with an unapologetic attitude, were seen as the epitome of what WWE stood for: intensity, competition, and larger-than-life personalities. However, what had begun as a scripted, professional rivalry took a dark turn when a backstage altercation between the two women escalated into violence. Reports suggest that what began as a verbal exchange between Morgan and Ripley quickly spiraled out of control, culminating in Morgan allegedly striking Ripley. The backstage area, typically a controlled environment for WWE's often high-stakes drama, was thrown into chaos as officials scrambled to break up the confrontation. Witnesses to the scene described the tension as palpable, with some individuals left in tears by the sheer intensity of the moment. For many, the shocking nature of the incident underscored just how personal the rivalry had become between the two wrestlers, blurring the line between scripted conflict and real-world animosity. The aftermath, WWE's response and fan reactions. In the hours that followed the announcement, the WWE world was consumed by speculation and debate. Liv Morgan, known for her connection to the fans and her ability to overcome adversity, had long been seen as a beloved figure. Her journey from being a struggling talent to one of the most charismatic and relatable superstars in WWE had earned her a loyal following. However, the fallout from the incident cast a shadow over her career. Fans quickly mobilized in her defense, with hashtags like #FreeLivMorgan trending across social media platforms, signaling a wave of support from those who admired her resilience. Yet, the situation was far more complex than a simple case of public support. The question of personal responsibility loomed large. While many fans expressed sympathy for Morgan, others questioned whether her actions could be excused, regardless of the circumstances. The violence of the altercation, coupled with the allegations of aggression toward a fellow superstar, became a central point of contention. Some felt that no amount of stress or pressure, even within the grueling environment of WWE, could justify such behavior. Fans, analysts, and commentators all began to weigh in, with some suggesting that the intense pressures of the wrestling industry, including grueling travel schedules and physical toll, may have contributed to the altercation. However, the idea of personal accountability remained a key aspect of the discussion, as WWE is built on discipline, respect, and maintaining high standards both inside and outside of the ring. WWE's standards and Triple H's leadership. As the controversy unfolded, Triple H, WWE's chief content officer, took the unusual step of addressing the incident head-on. Known for his calm and calculated demeanor, Triple H's tone during the press conference revealed the gravity of the situation. "Liv Morgan is an incredible talent," he said, acknowledging her contributions to the company. "But actions have consequences, and we have to set a standard for what is acceptable behavior." His words signaled that the company's response would not be a mere formality. WWE, while built on passion, competition, and drama, also demands accountability from its stars. Triple H's statement hinted at potential ramifications for Morgan's career, with the company taking time to review all options regarding her future. Despite Morgan's significant contributions to WWE, the brutal nature of the altercation meant that no one was exempt from the consequences of such actions. While fans rallied behind her, many others voiced disappointment, highlighting the importance of upholding a sense of professionalism and decorum, even in the face of personal struggles. Triple H's remarks made it clear that while WWE was built on larger-than-life characters and dramatic storylines, there was a line that could not be crossed: particularly when it came to physical violence. The statement from Triple H underscored the difficult balancing act WWE faces in maintaining its entertainment brand while ensuring that their talent respects the company's code of conduct. Personal struggles. The toll of the industry. The incident has also sparked a broader conversation about the mental and physical toll that the wrestling industry takes on its performers. Many have speculated that the demanding schedules and constant pressure may have played a role in the altercation. WWE superstars are often on the road for hundreds of days a year, performing in matches that push their bodies to the limit. Beyond the physical demands, there is the emotional and mental stress of maintaining a public image, dealing with the constant scrutiny of fans, and balancing personal and professional lives. For some, these pressures lead to struggles with mental health, substance abuse, and self-destructive behavior. There is a sad history within the industry of stars succumbing to these challenges, turning to coping mechanisms like over-medicating or drinking to manage their stress. In Morgan's case, many of her supporters have suggested that the constant demands of WWE may have played a role in her reaction. Yet, as much as empathy for Morgan's situation is voiced, there remains the undeniable reality that her actions, striking another superstar, crossed a line. The future of Liv Morgan and Rhea Ripley. As the incident begins to settle, questions remain about what comes next for both Liv Morgan and Rhea Ripley. For Morgan, the road ahead is uncertain. Her arrest, combined with the ongoing investigation, could have long-lasting repercussions on her career. Whether she will be able to redeem herself and reclaim her place in WWE remains to be seen. The incident will undoubtedly become one of the most talked-about chapters in the history of professional wrestling, with fans and analysts alike speculating about her future in the industry. For Rhea Ripley, the incident serves as a stark reminder of the complexities and risks that come with being at the top of WWE. While Ripley has remained relatively quiet since the altercation, her role in the situation is not without scrutiny. Her tough, no-nonsense persona has often put her at odds with fellow wrestlers, and some have speculated that her attitude may have contributed to the tensions between her and Morgan. Nonetheless, Ripley's position in WWE as a dominant force in the women's division remains secure, and the incident may serve as an opportunity for her to reflect on the pressures that come with being one of WWE's biggest stars.